So I'll start with the fun stuff first. We have been out of stock at our local store for 5 weeks now with pudding, and that's my spouse's favorite snack. So we were both doing a happy dance when we saw that it didn't get taken out of our pickup order like it normally does. This grocery haul was a little bit more expensive than I normally spend. I like to be between $35 to $45, and this was closer to $47 with tax. But again, I saw so many good deals on just treats that had been not available for a long time. I just had to get them for my spouse because I was like, oh, they're gonna love this. It makes the week a lot easier. So we got all 3 flavors that were in stock. We normally get the banana flavor too. The banana cream pie is really good if anybody is out there looking for recommendations. But that one was still out of stock. So we just got the butterscotch, the lemon, and the vanilla. And anybody that's looking for like a really good quick snack that is kind of like a mock pie, if you take the lemon puddings and vanilla wafers and some whipped cream, it tastes a lot like a lemon baker square pie. The cheap version, obviously. It's not going to be as good as the real thing, but it's still really good. So I got those, and those were only $1 each. So you get real bang for your buck there. Again, if you don't mind processed food, because I'm sure there's going to be people that are like, well, we don't put that in our bodies. Well, at the Frugal household, we put processed food in our bodies sometimes. And, you know, to each their own. You do you, boo. Then I got them cheesecake cups, and that's another one of their favorite treats. They prefer the strawberry one, but that was out of stock. So again, when you do pickup, you take what you can get. So that's what I got. And I got them some Greek yogurt, and that was really cheap too. That was only like 60 cents. This one was closer to $3. So that was like a huge, when you only have like $35 to spend a week on your budget and you pick something out that's $3, that's a huge chunk of your budget. Our sauce, that was our big spender too. Rayo's is the best sauce, but it's so expensive. That jar was like $7. So it was a huge chunk of our budget again. And now we're moving on to the section that I like to call, tell me you're from the Midwest without telling me you're from the Midwest. We have string cheese, which is my spouse's one of their favorite snacks too. I try to get the organic when I can afford it, but obviously on a budget, on a disability pension, you know, the first thing to go is organic. I don't like to cut out fruits and vegetables if I can help it. I buy the ones that are on sale, try to stretch my money, but organic, oh, that's hard. It hurts. It really does, because my spouse, their doctor is like, oh, they should only be eating organic. So I feel really guilty because here their doctor is like, don't eat non-organic food, don't eat GMOs, and we can't afford that. I don't have doctor salary, I'm sorry. I have disability pension, which is below the state poverty level for our state. So don't know how they expect you to live on that, but definitely not gonna be buying a ton of organic like we did before. They were working full-time before they had to retire. So we got string cheese, and then, sorry there's a glare. We got some mozzarella cheese. And if anyone is wondering why I'm wearing gloves, it's because I have a disorder called MCAS. It's mast cell activation syndrome. It's part of my genetic disorder of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and I'm basically allergic to all food. So I'm wearing gloves because of allergies. This is all of my spouse's food. I won't be eating any of this. And so in order for me to show it to you, I have to wear gloves. And I know someone's gonna ask because they're curious, well then, since you're their full-time caregiver, how do you fix their dinner? I wear gloves and a special face mask, so that way I don't go into anaphylactic shock. So, and yes, we're a mixed allergy family household, so there's gonna be a ton of stuff that I am allergic to. So, and how am I allergic to all food? It's because I'm allergic to the act of digestion itself. So it really doesn't matter what I put in my body because I'm allergic to digestion. So I will be allergic. I've been anaphylaxis to water before and literally every food that I eat. But so that's why I'm wearing gloves, because I know I'll probably get comments about that, like, I don't know, something negative. There's always something negative. So yeah, sidetrack there. So that's mozzarella cheese that we got and some Swiss cheese. And what's really funny is telling my spouse that I bought all this cheese, and they're like, whoa, that's a lot of cheese. And I was like, I wanted to buy more, but we didn't have it in the budget. Like, to me, this just does not feel like enough cheese. And again, I think that's just being Midwestern and the fact that my dad's family, our family owns a dairy farm. So I grew up with support your local dairy farmers and eat all this dairy. So for me, it's normal to buy a ton of it. And then of course I got some milk. I like the Fairlife brand. I know it's controversial to some people because they had some problems in the past, but it's really the only one that's safe with my allergies. So because most milk is run on like shared lines with a lot of other things, you know, not when it's collected at the dairy, but when it's like packed and everything. So that's the brand we get. I got them whole milk. That's all they had. They prefer 2%, but that's all they had. So it's pickup. That's what we got. I also got some strawberries and some bananas. And those were super cheap. Those are like 50 cents. That's always the fruit that's probably what you'll see on repeat every week with us is bananas. Bananas and oranges. At our store, oranges are like 20 cents a piece. So they're a cheap way to still fit fruit in the budget. So I pretty much always get oranges. I also got a bag of potatoes. Again, this is where people probably be like, that's not frugal. But, you know, we're both disabled. I can't go into stores. We both use wheelchairs. And right now, I don't know about you, but if you are a wheelchair user and you've tried to go in a store lately, it's ridiculous. There's a lot of people who don't know wheelchair etiquette, and I'm going to give you a quick tip because I don't want this to drag on forever. And you're like, I'm here to see groceries, not hear about your disabilities. But surprise, you get to hear about both because that's what my channel's about. But here's a quick tip. My wheelchair is an extension of my body. So just coming up and physically moving my chair or touching it without my permission is literally like grabbing my butt without permission. It's a part of my body, like it's an extension of me, and you shouldn't just walk up and just start grabbing people's bodies. So if you see somebody with a wheelchair, don't rest your hands on it, don't start grabbing it, you know, certainly don't sit in it and like ride around in it if it's just empty sitting there. That's not what they're there for. It's a tool that helps me be able to do what I need to do and get what I need to get done in a day. And, you know, that kind of behavior just slows me down and makes my day harder when it's already hard for me to do these things to begin with. So little wheelchair PSA for you there. Always ask before you touch somebody's chair. But yeah, so that's why we do pickup, because stores right now are crazy, and 2 people in wheelchairs trying to do what you need to get done right now is just no thank you. We'll just do pickup. That's, you know, potatoes, that's what we had to get. So we got some cilantro as well, and we got some grapes and some coleslaw and mushrooms and some really good romaine lettuce that they like. This was cheap because it's local, so we get a deal on that at our store. Again, I'm sure people are like, when you buy them like this, it's not frugal, but it was a really good deal. I think it was only $2, and honestly, that was cheaper than any other kind of lettuce in the store that's not, besides just like loose lettuce. Got some cherry tomatoes and some Roma tomatoes, had a broccoli and a cucumber and some carrots. So that's everything, and I'm sure everyone is like, how are you gonna feed someone for a week and a half with that? But I just want you to know, I have a pantry full of stuff and a freezer full of stuff. Our house is like Arby's right now. We have the meats, so you don't need to worry.
Henny and I would like to thank you all for watching. She says, don't forget to peck, like, and subscribe with your beak, and use those sharp clickety claws of yours to leave us a comment down below. Henny wants to know if your store had any good frugal deals this week. Ooh, that's a nice question, Henny. High wing, girl. And I want to know, what's your family's go-to meal when you're cooking on a budget? Until then, Henny and I want you to please take great care of your lovely selves. Remember, no matter what anybody else has said to you otherwise in the past, you matter. You're precious and irreplaceable.
Bonus time!
Super mega rare boss round unlocked. By staying till the end, you get a mail call, the joke of the day. Brought to you by my lovely moo mom. That's what we call my mom, because she's the wife of a dairy farmer. Every day, she sends us a joke to try to lift our spirits, cheer us up a bit. So if you're having a rough day, if things are really hard, Henny and I want to share this joke with you, and hopefully it'll make you smile or cheer you up at least for a minute or two. So, what do you call an angry carrot? A steamed veggie. Wah, 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 wah.